Today, I want to talk about something truly fascinating, something that has, for many of us, shifted our perception of artificial intelligence and its potential: ChatGPT. It feels like it burst onto the scene almost overnight, but like all groundbreaking technologies, its story is one of incremental innovation, foundational research, and a clear vision. It's not just a standalone product, it's the culmination of decades of AI research, particularly in the realm of natural language processing. To understand ChatGPT, we first need to understand its lineage. Its roots can be traced back to the development of large language models, or LLMs. These are sophisticated AI programs trained on vast amounts of text data from the internet: books, articles, websites, conversations, learning to understand, generate, and predict human language patterns. The idea is to make AI not just process words, but truly grasp the context, nuances, and even the creativity embedded in human communication. A pivotal moment in the history of LLMs, and thus for ChatGPT, arrived with the introduction of the transformer architecture in 2017. Developed by Google researchers, this architecture revolutionized how models process sequences of data, like words in a sentence. Before transformers, models often struggled with long-range dependencies, meaning they'd forget the beginning of a long sentence by the time they reached the end. Transformers, with their self-attention mechanisms, an elegant solution, allowed models to weigh the importance of different words in a sequence, no matter how far apart they were, leading to a dramatic improvement in understanding context. This breakthrough opened the floodgates. Following the transformer, we saw models like BERT, GPT-1, and GPT-2 emerge. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, as you might guess. The pre-trained part is crucial here. These models were first trained on massive datasets in an unsupervised manner, learning the structure and patterns of language. Then they could be fine-tuned for specific tasks, like translation, summarization, or answering questions. OpenAI, the organization behind ChatGPT, was a key player in this evolution. They released GPT-1 in 2018 and then GPT-2 in 2019, which caused quite a stir due to its unprecedented ability to generate coherent and often shockingly human-like text. There was even initial hesitation from OpenAI about releasing the full model due to concerns about potential misuse, highlighting the growing power and ethical considerations surrounding these technologies. Then came GPT-3 in 2020. This was a monumental leap. With 175 billion parameters, it was orders of magnitude larger than its predecessors. GPT-3 showed remarkable few-shot learning capabilities, meaning it could perform new tasks with only a few examples, or sometimes even just a natural language description, without extensive fine-tuning. This marked a significant step towards more general-purpose AI. While incredibly powerful, GPT-3 was primarily accessible through an API for developers and businesses. It was potent, but not yet a mainstream conversational interface. This brings us to ChatGPT. Launched in late 2022, ChatGPT wasn't just a bigger or smarter version of GPT-3 in the way that GPT-3 was a larger GPT-2. It represented a crucial refinement in how these models interact with humans, specifically through a technique called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF.
Here's how RLHF works in a simplified sense. Humans would rate the outputs of the model for helpfulness, honesty, and harmlessness. They would rank different responses and provide feedback, teaching the model what constituted a good or bad answer in a conversational context. This process iteratively refined the model's ability to engage in dialogue, understand user intent, refuse inappropriate requests, and generally be a more polite and useful conversational partner. This human-guided steering transformed a powerful language generator into a truly interactive chatbot. The result was astonishing. ChatGPT's ability to follow complex instructions, generate creative text, answer questions informatively, and even write code in a conversational interface captivated millions. It wasn't just generating text, it was engaging in a back-and-forth dialogue that felt remarkably natural. Its viral popularity demonstrated the public's immense appetite for accessible, powerful AI tools. Since its initial launch, ChatGPT has continued to evolve, with subsequent versions like GPT-4 further enhancing its capabilities, making it more accurate, more nuanced, and capable of handling even more complex tasks. It's become integrated into numerous applications and workflows, from aiding in research to sparking creative ideas. The history of ChatGPT is a testament to the compounding nature of scientific progress. Each architectural innovation, each larger dataset, each clever training technique building upon the last. It shows how fundamental research in AI, when combined with thoughtful application and human feedback, can create tools that not only push the boundaries of technology, but also profoundly impact the way we live, work, and interact with information. It's a story that's still very much being written, and it's thrilling to think about what the next chapter might hold.